What's up, guys? Xbox Jared here. Want to say first of all, look, man, I don't claim to be a pro driver. I'm not. I'm not gonna act like I take a car to the tracks every day. To be quite honest with you guys, I don't even own a license right now. It's not to say I couldn't drive. I just don't. Really, I've been involved with other things. But one thing I do find interesting are sleeper cars. Now, if you don't know what a sleeper is, it's actually pretty fucking cool. It's a car that looks shitty on the outside, but the reason they do that is because the driver wants to trick you to make you think it's a slow car. You know, when you guys are at the stoplights about to race, you get smoked. It's a very interesting concept. I'm sure sleeper cars have been around for a long time. Turbochargers, not a lot of people know this, but those have actually been around since like the 50s and 60s. Maybe not quite the 50s, but I know at least the 60s, like when, big hot rod cars were really popular and stuff like that. But yeah, with a sleeper car, what you're going to need is basically a twin turbo engine. And with the engine, it can't be a big V6 or V8. Reason number one, and this is the biggest mistake people make. People are going to hear your engine, dude. They're going to know you have a fast car, and you're going to destroy the concept of having a sleeper. What you want is a V4 engine. People say that putting twin turbos into V4 doesn't work, but that isn't true. It does work, trust me. Higher revs equal greater acceleration. This is why smaller engines actually will make your car go faster. Now, with that said, okay, I understand you're going to get more top speed with like a Camaro or a Corvette or Lamborghini. But with a sleeper car, it's not focused on going, 200 miles an hour. It's just focused on going 0 to 60 in the fastest amount of time, having higher RPMs, rate per minute. And you will get that with a V4 engine. So remember, V4 engine, which is basically a stock engine. I mean, that's in almost all stock cars that aren't sports cars. Or highly, upgraded sports package, whatever bullshit. So keep the engine the way it is. Put in the two turbos. Make sure they're good turbos with a big fan in them. You might be spending roughly, close to $1,000 per turbocharger, but if you can't afford that, it doesn't really matter. As long as you have twin turbos, that's the important part. But aside from that, do not, this is the second mistake people make. Do not put in custom exhaust, okay? People love to put in that dual exhaust because it sounds great, but at the end of the day, it really doesn't even bring a lot of top speed to your car. All it does is make it sound cool. So you don't need to do that, and you're gonna blow your cover if you do, because people are gonna know, oh, this guy's got, customized engine, he's one of those gearheads. So don't do that. Keep it all stock. The only thing you're going to change up are the turbochargers. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Now, there are some small things you can do. For example, believe it or not, changing out the air filter will help. If you put in a cloth air filter, not one of those paper ones, that will increase your acceleration a little bit. There's small things you can do. Changing out the fuel injectors, that can help a tiny bit. Some people would say that you need to do that even if you are doing a twin turbo, but really, I don't think it's something you have to do. I mean, if it's with a V4 engine, you're not really going to have to worry about burning it out. I mean, unless you just drive crazy with it, or take it to the track every day, that might pose an issue. But I personally don't think you need to change out the fuel injectors or the spark plugs. But, people are going to be elitist and, debate that with me, and that's fine. You're entitled to your own opinion, okay? But, I know people are going to say, that's stupid. You're going to burn your engine out. Okay, those are the kinds of people who drive a V6, so they don't know what they're talking about. Most people, they have the V6 engine. Most racers out there, they're going to have what you call the J-shape engine, or the J body, or the what is it? The J and the it's like another letter. I don't know, man. But that's all like Fast and Furious shit. That's all the trendy Honda stuff. A lot of these racers, they don't know a whole lot when it comes to other stuff. You know, they only know one type engine or, you know, customization. They don't really, you know, they're not exactly as well versed as some of these sleeper guys. But with that said, there are people who drive sleepers that really need to check their shit because you're blowing your cover, dude. That's all I really got to say, guys. You know, these are just tips, all right? I don't claim to be an expert. I don't even have a license right now, but these are just tips, and maybe it'll help you, maybe it won't. One last piece of advice, and I think this is stating the obvious, but if you are going to make a sleeper car, don't get a big SUV or something like that. I mean, really, you want a fairly small car. Reason being is because of weight. The lighter it is, the faster it'll go. I know a lot of you guys know that, but it doesn't hurt to mention because I've seen some hilarious sleepers that are like SUVs. I think I saw like a, what did I see? Like a Ford Explorer or some shit like that. I've seen other cars that are like massively big that are quote unquote sleepers. But really, the best, man, I would say is just, you know, I'm not going to say, you know, certain brands, but just the smallest, you know, the smallest cars basically. And that's pretty much all there is to it. So yeah, guys, good luck with that. And I think I pretty much mentioned everything for the most part. Oh, this is just my opinion. I just want to state one thing real quick. I don't understand what the huge deal is about manuals. Everyone who races drives a manual. And, you know, I'm sure they'll all tell you that you can, you know, shift a lot quicker with them. But to be honest with you, even though that is true, before your first shift, you will have a greater acceleration with an automatic. I don't know why that is, but I can tell you with the Corvette Stingray, that thing goes 0 to 60. The automatic one can go 0 to 60 in 2 seconds, but the manual doesn't. So that's something to think about. I think that automatics are underrated, and really, I'm not a huge fan of constantly. I don't get what the huge deal is. Okay, you look cool, you look like you know what you're doing when you have a shifter, but guys, listen, don't feel like you know you're gonna be super slow with an automatic. Automatics, they're just, to me, it's the better car. They're more affordable. You don't have to worry about anything breaking. I just don't really recommend manuals. And I was hesitant to say that in this video because I know I'm going to get some gearheads on me with that one. But you know what? Fuck it. I don't care. I'm just going to get trolled no matter what making this video. So it really doesn't matter. Anyways, guys, those are just some tips. And good luck to all you guys out there. Peace.